everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nkosazana, and in this channel we have a new segment that we recently started. So basically the segment is called Building Firm Foundations for Our Homes. So basically the inspiration behind this is that homemaking involves more than just the decor, decorating our houses, cleaning our houses, and all that. There's certain topics that need to be spoken about or dealt with. There's other aspects into building a home, and that is what we are going to be tackling in this segment, basically. Ne? I am not rushing this whole thing. I will let it unfold itself. So there's no schedule at this moment that we are going to be following. We are just going to be tackling whatever it is that is relevant in terms of conversations that assist us in helping build foundations or firm foundations for our homes. Yeah? Because once the foundation is nice and strong and firm, everything can go, curtains, decor, and everything will just decorate the house and then be right. So in this segment, we are going to be layering foundations, making sure that whatever it is we build on top of these foundations, which is our homes, our families, is strong and no amount of weather, storms, rain can destroy that. Yeah? So I'll keep looking down because I have my notes here next to me, just in case, so that I make sure I do not go over and above what I have prepared, because I do have the potential to do that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider doing that. Please give it a like right now. So if you are going to be watching, please just like. Yes, I long for the day that my views are equal to my likes. I long for that day. So please do give it a big thumbs up so that a lot of people can actually see this video. So let's get into it. So okay, before I start, please watch the ads. Please do not skip the ads, because that way we are going to get some sort of revenue from the ads. It's not a lot, and then we can invest back into the channel. Ne? Okay, I hope you can hear me. It's quite windy outside, and I currently do not own a microphone yet. So if you watch ads, you are going to be assisting me in raising funds to buy more equipment so that we can invest into the channel. Betunana, it's already 3 minutes in. Let me get into it. So basically this sit down, I just wanted to highlight things that I almost fell into just after getting married. Before, I'll also be speaking about before, but basically it's me trying to speak to you, Faves, and saying do not pressurize yourself in these. So it's more like a continuation of the previous vlog that we previous sit down that we had. I'm going to create a playlist where you can see all the firm foundation conversation thingies. But basically the last thing that I said in that sit down is don't pressurize yourself into debt, but you'll see I'll be going into other aspects of pressurizing yourself. So as I said, so before getting married, I had dated my husband for a while. We started dating in high school. So we grew, we were young. But then because we grew up together, we started the reality is that there are people who will start asking questions of when are you getting married. In this point, I would like to say, don't get married for the sake of what people are saying. And I am saying this because people can ask you, when are you getting married? But the reality is that you are the one who is going to be staying with this person, and you need to be sure of what you're getting yourself into. Marriage is not it shouldn't be a prison. It's not a prison. So do not force yourself or can you pressurize yourself into getting married, because when you do that, at some point in your life you'll feel that you were forced. So it should be something you do it because you want to do it, and not because people are asking you when you're getting married. Actually, there is no place for them to just ask as a kind of questions, but just make sure you do it on pace, on race. You also both know, just make sure you and your partner know, when you guys what kind of benchmark you have. You have a long list of things that you'd like to tick. Maybe there's goals you still need to, as I did mention, me and my husband, we were in high school when we started dating. So like at that point, marriage was not like the ideal this is what we want to do. We also had other things that we'd like to achieve. We wanted stability in our lives, and then we can consider that, so do make sure that you and your partner speak about it. Do not let anyone else outside of that pressurize you into that. What else? I also just wanted to say marriage is very permanent, so do not do not force yourself into it. Like, forget about what we are going to be asking you, and just focus on you guys, that I think I also want to include the aspect of what kind of marriage you'd like. I'm seeing a lot of people are doing small weddings and stuff like that, which is great. So do what makes you guys happy. If you also want to do a big wedding where you'll invite people, do that as well. So don't let anyone pressurize you into doing something you don't want to do. So do what you want to do, basically, so that now when you sleep at night, you are able to have a peaceful sleep without any regrets. Then I also wanted to mention there's also internal marriage expectations. When you get married, obviously just before when you are preparing to get married, you obviously go online, you go on YouTube, you ask questions from different people and all that, and it sort of forms some sort of kind of the expectation that you might have of the kind of marriage that you are going to get yourself in, you are going to create for yourself. In reality is that we might have this ideal kind of marriage that we'd like for ourselves, but there's also the reality of ukubana. When you get into the marriage, you need to also try and have healthy expectations for you and your partner, and that's lando yobana. It reduces stress, because the moment you start having the expectations and then they are not met, you will get frustrated and feel like your marriage is not marrying. That time you are just rushing yourself and pressurizing yourself. One thing I also would like to say in terms of this aspect, without going into detail about Zindoni, okay, sorry about that. I might have, my battery is going to die. Let me just charge it, and then I am back. So basically in terms of internal marriage expectations, I just wanted to highlight that have healthy expectations for each other. Do not pressurize each other, because unfortunately nikezani grace. You both were never married before. If you guys were both married before, even in that case, it's still fine. It's a new marriage now, so new expectations. So let's give each other grace. That's what I would like to say. Let's give each other grace. That is also that also applies to people who are not married yet but are still in relationships. Let us give each other grace. We are all trying. We have all never been in this world before. We are all just trying to navigate life, and Akomdu who has everything figured out. So let us have realistic expectations for each other, but obviously the expectations must at some point they need to be met, but let us have grace and see as ba we are all human and we're trying. And yeah, another thing I wanted to say is that we should have teachable spirits. That one will help with Umchato to be a place where both parties learn about each other, learn the other person's strengths, weaknesses, and then Kengoko, having known that you are going to be able to create expectations, Kengoko, obviously those are the things you also learn even before getting married to a person, if you have a chance to do that. But yeah, man, yes, that's what I wanted to say in that aspect, and it has helped me so much. And then in terms of lifestyle, let us talk about a lifestyle in marriage, guys. Ninga's crazy, do not pressurize yourself. There's something called pressure amongst married couples, and it is so real. Yeah, so that is real. It is real. You remember when I started, when you started this chat, I did mention that when you get married, there's people that you start looking up to. There's people that you create your own type of marriage way too in your head, and then kengoku this reality of your own marriage, kengoku, don't if you're seeing people who look like they already have things figured out, ne? I can't stress this enough. It's something that I also realized, that people don't just wake up and have everything figured out. Yes, Londo. Even me and Ibone Apagum and my husband, you literally build one thing at a time. I'll specifically also speak about furnishing. Let's just take an example of furnishing a house. We literally started from scratch. Literally started from scratch, and it can be frustrating if you are doing that and you had an expectation of okay, after the wedding this is what's going to happen, it's just lower that kind of thought. As expectations, please lower them. It doesn't I don't know. I don't even know how to express myself when it comes to this, but all I can say is do not be afraid to start from scratch. Give yourselves grace. I mean, you had just gotten married and you are starting a new life together. Do not be afraid to build, lay by stuff if you have to, lay by a fridge, you lay by a TV. After a TV, you buy a TV stand. After a TV stand, you need to buy a couch. After a couch, you need to buy a bed. I mean, prioritize the things you need and buy them according to what you need at the time. I obviously listed stuff, but obviously that's not how a list goes. But it depends on what you guys want. But in this point, I don't even wanna speak because I'm just going to Funuba out of topic. But I wanted to just say, please try by all means to lower the expectations. Do not pressurize yourself. A lot of people are building things one by one, Now, if you are seeing me and Ibengati, I've got it all together, no, we don't do all things at once. We buy one thing at a time. Prioritize that utate pa, suse pa, move a budget for to do that and do that, That's how things work. So if you are in that place where you are starting a new life, not even out of marriage, do not pressurize yourself. If you are building a home, do not pressurize yourself. It's one thing at a time. You buy a bed, in 2 months you buy a headboard, in another time you buy pedestals, in the other time you will buy in, it doesn't happen overnight. You'll be very lucky if people had actually gifted you stuff during your wedding, but even there, lower your expectations, lower them, because just because people come to your wedding, it doesn't mean they're going to give you gifts. That's how things work. So be just open to building things from scratch. Don't pressurize yourself. Buy things one by one and ne? What else did I want to say? Yes, okay. So I have covered the point that take time finishing your home, live by stuff, save, and don't pressurize yourselves into getting into debt. Get to know what you like and be comfortable in that. There's a lot of influence going around. There's a lot of couple channels going around. You might see them and feel like you are left behind or you are not. That's a way too. You might invalidate yourself, or can you feel like you are not doing enough because you're looking at other people and feeling, oh, people are buying homes, people are doing this, doing that. Do not pressurize yourself and get yourself into that. Now, there's a lot of people that I know that started way too, guys. They started from the bottom, and when you might see them where they are, and Gandhi, they worked to get to where they are. So yeah. Another thing I wanted to say, what else did I want to say? Yeah, it's basically that, guys. That's basically it. That's what I wanted to say. That do not pressurize yourselves. Take your time. If you're still working, it's your first time, or if you're still in varsity, still in school, try and give yourself grace. The economy is also not nice at the moment, too bad, so Iran is not really purchasing things as it should. But like power rent is not as strong as it used to, so obviously we need to make adjustments in our budgets, in our financial and way too, you get me. So in this chat I wanted to say things take time. Literally things take time. Now I know apparently if I want to do something, we sit down and check what needs to be done, and then you find that something else comes up, and then you have to literally put something on hold and do that, and it can be frustrating, but if you have grace and ungas pressurize, also if you are feeling like social media is pressurizing you, do take time off. You don't always have to be on a social media, because it's in the palm of your hand. You can always uninstall some apps if they are pressurizing you. Even if I am giving you some sort of pressure, unsubscribe, and then when you're ready and you feel like you're fine, you can come back. But do try by all means to make sure everyone around you is a positive influence to you, rather than feeling pressure. Some people should actually inspire you to work harder to get to wherever they are, but then even then, try by all means to analyze your own situation and see, but okay, how long will it take you to get to a certain place? It might take me 5 years to finish my home. Maybe for you it takes you 6 months, so it's all about knowing your capabilities, your situation, and seeing about okay where you are in life. So before I speak a lot, I hope there's something that you got from this conversation. As I did say, we will just let it unfold itself. For now, if there's something that I'd like to say, I'll just come here and we'll chat. And then based on your engagement, that's when I'll also get the kind of topics that you'd like us to cover. If you have a suggestion, and I'm hoping that you understand what kind of conversations that I'd like us to have, Kule building firm foundations for our home segment in this channel. So if you have any topic you'd like us to tackle, do comment on the comment section and let me know. But basically this sit down and the previous sit down, they are more linked. In that video I spoke about discouragement, and I specifically looked at discouragement based on looking at where you wanted to be and where you actually are, because that can be very discouraging. So I hope someone got something from what I said. We'll obviously improve the structure and the length of our videos as we continue to chat, but I want this to be as informal as possible so that Wongumtu feels like they can actually Wongumtu relates, so that's what I wanted to say. I hope you are well, and I hope this conversation or these conversations helps you build a firm foundation for your home, so that as we build our homes, we are grounded in the things that we want in life. We are grounded and not shaken but by izinto that are outside, because if we are building our homes on sand, the waves will come and zipule, zimoshe all of what we've built. But if we make sure that we build our homes on solid foundations, whatever comes, we will survive and live through it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're fine, and yeah.